takeover.
Roy Moore here with Ashley's, and I'm also joined by Scott Roberts of Sierra Nevada. We're talking about a special beer they brought tonight, and it's the vintage 2012?
Yeah, 2012.
Well, Bigfoot barley wine, which also Ashley's is known for its Belgian Beer Festival in the spring, or actually in the middle of the winter. This is not a Belgian style per se, but it is, again, a big wine, 9.68 alcohol. But let's talk about what Sierra Nevada is doing. I mean, you guys are a craft brewer, one of the oldest, one of the biggest, have a bigger portfolio than just pale ale, and this is one of the biggest beers you produce in volume. It's not for everybody, but it's a special beer.
For sure. Roy, you said one of the biggest, and I'd say the best, but that's a personal opinion. But what Bigfoot is an illustration of really Sierra Nevada's ability to produce a plethora of different styles of beers. At any one time in Chico, California, you know, in the cellars and the coolers there, you can find 50 to 60 different kinds of styles of beers that range from the flagship Sierra Nevada Pale Ale to Bigfoot and a bunch of stuff in between, and then over and above and beyond in terms of styles. And so, again, I've mentioned, and I say this to anyone that's willing to listen, a really fantastic brewery like Sierra Nevada can do basically any style it really wants to, and it can do it at the highest level. And Bigfoot would be just another example of that. Taking a style, putting their own stamp on it, doing things that are unique to Sierra Nevada in terms of the hops they use, how they cultivate and use whole hops. Obviously, every brewery has their own kind of special yeast, sort of malt combinations they use, but Bigfoot is just another example of how Sierra Nevada can push the envelope and produce any style that any beer drinker could possibly want to have or taste or experience. So.
Well, and again, this is not your casual beer. It is a big beer. We call them barley wines because of their strength of their alcohol, but they're very drinkable. They're very smooth. You don't really feel the alcohol until a little bit later. It is not a hoppy. It's not the Hophead's high IBU beer, but it's got that in there. It's in here. I mean, how to describe it? These are special beers is what it comes down to. These are beers that can age. We were talking earlier that this beer is 2012 vintage, and it could be cellared for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and be just as good or even better after 5 years of aging.
I would say that this beer won't reach its full potential, in my opinion, just one man's opinion, until probably 2015, 2016. I know that every year that we come out with a new Bigfoot, I set aside a case and I vintage it myself. And then what I like to do is do vertical tastings with other Bigfoots from different years and really see what the aging process has done to those individual, beers from those different years. It's an amazing thing. It's just much like wine drinkers like to do vertical tastings. I love doing vertical tastings with beer, and Bigfoot's a great
beer. And Bigfoot, and I have been so impressed with the quality of some of the Belgian style, the Ovila, the beers that line of beers that Sierra makes. Reflective. We've talked enough. Let's enjoy.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. I mean, Roy. Jesus, Jeff. You gotta cut that out. Sorry.